Welcome to the tip channel. That is perfection. Hello and welcome back to the tip channel. Today we are going to take a look at what it will take to repair an under-sink chrome shutoff valve. I started to replace the cartridge in this, which I'm going to show a video of that, and I discovered that one of the valves is not holding, so we need to repair it. Now we can just replace the valve. That would be a possibility. This is a sweat-on valve, meaning that it's been soldered into place, and we could very easily take a tubing cutter, cut the copper off, and then switch out to what's referred to as a shark bite valve. Now, a shark bite valve on the one end, this is just a push in. So very easily you would cut the copper tubing off, clean off any burrs, and just shove this right down onto the pipe. And then naturally there's a 3/8 connection to connect your water supply. So that would be a possibility for you. But we're going to actually take and pull this valve apart, show you what's inside, and then you can decide for yourself whether you want to repair this valve or you want to replace it. Now, we have become a throwaway society. Everything just gets thrown away. But in the old days, things were made to last a lifetime. And they were made to last a lifetime because they were repairable. So we're going to pull this valve apart, show you what's inside of it. And I do have a lot of valves. And yes, I am a hoarder, so I think they refer to this as new old stock. So there's a possibility I may have washers and what have you right here where I could just change the part out. Or naturally, we can talk about changing the washers. Okay, we have the valve stem out. Now, let me show you what I'm talking about. The valve that we had underneath there, what I did was I took and hold this with a pair of channel locks, and then I unscrewed this nut. So the part that I'm going to show you now is this stem with the washer. So this part of the valve is still underneath of the sink. So here's the part that we have, okay? And you can see this little rubber washer at the end. See how distorted that is? So that would be the repairable part. You would take this washer off, go to the lumber yard or to the plumbing store and find this washer. Now, I also noticed why I was underneath of there a little bit of corrosion. Now, that corrosion could be just from condensation, if you will, but I think what's happening as well is that the packing washer underneath of this is leaking a little bit as well. Let me show you what I'm talking about. There's going to be a screw here at the end. You take the screw out, pop off the handle, and then this is our packing nut right here. So if you pull this apart, underneath of that little brass washer is a packing washer. So you would replace these two things, the rubber at the end and the packing washer. So relatively very inexpensive parts and very easy to do this yourself. Now, as a second opportunity, as I mentioned as well, I have a lot of old stock. So what did I find in my old stock that was still new? A brand new valve, which exactly has the same setup as what I have underneath of my sink. So instead of replacing the washer, I'll just replace this whole thing. I guess I should have clarified. What I meant by the whole thing was not the entire valve body, but the valve stem. So I've got the new valve stem out of the new valve. Here is the old valve stem. You can see they're identical. I did make sure that the manufacturer was the same. So basically this screw is the same. So all I have to do is screw this into place, valve's fixed. We have completed our repair on the valve. And since I was at it, the valves are both 30 years old. I went ahead and did the cold as well. They'll be good for another 30 years now. Anyways, one thing that I did fail to mention to you is the packing nut. When you're tightening this packing nut up, you're keeping in mind it's tightening that rubber washer around the valve stem. So it may tighten to the point where it's very difficult to actually operate the valve. So back that nut off just a little bit to where the valve works okay for you. Once you've done your faucet repair and you've opened the valve back up again, you may want to take your crescent wrench and just snug up that packing nut just a little bit to stop any seeping from around the valve stem. I hope that you found this video informative, and if you did, please like and subscribe, and have a great day.